Well, here we are at the beach for the first time. Well, it's Poco's first time. I've been here before. And I'm just going to ask him to stop. I want him to stop when I say to stop, not when he thinks it's okay to stop. And so, whenever I'm approaching a scary object with a horse for the first time, I'm going to ask him to come so close, and then I'm just going to ask him to stop. Let him relax. Let him take a deep breath. I'll pat on him a little bit. And the reason why is if I push him up onto that scary object too soon and he's not ready to go there and he stops himself, I now have a horse that's disobedient. So if I don't think he's ready to go there, I'd rather me give him the command to stop than push him up there too fast and have him stop on his own volition. And now I have a horse that's not responsive to me. So I'm just going to ask him to stop. Take a deep breath, relax just a little bit. I'll loosen the reins so he knows it's okay to relax and soften, and stand still. Just took a nice deep breath. So now I'm going to ask him to go forward just a little bit. He can't quite see the surf yet where it's crashing on the shore because of the rolling embankment. Now he can see it. When I'm approaching a scary object, it's just to ride near it. Don't push him up on it, but to ride near it so that he starts getting used to it. But as I turn him, I'll just kind of zigzag here and go back and forth. As I turn him, it's imperative that I always turn him towards the scary object, because once again, if I turn him away from what he's afraid of, he's likely to run. So we're just going to kind of zigzag along here, back and forth. Each time I turn him, I'm going to turn him towards the scary object, so he's a little bit closer with every track. Also, each time I turn him, every time I issue a directive to a horse and he responds, he gets a little bit more obedient. Also, as I bend his neck, I get more control and more compliance from the horse, so I'm going to bend him around this way. Anytime I get him to cross his hind legs, I get a little bit more compliance from the horse, a little more obedience, and he relaxes just a little bit more. Good boy. Good boy. So we're going to come just a little bit closer each time. This gives me an opportunity to keep the horse moving without forcing him straight onto the object. And you can see he's trying to avoid it a little bit. And I'm just I want to take the position that nothing's happening here. I'm not worried about this, nor should you be. Okay? And I have to make sure my horse remains obedient. So if he's trying to back up, I'm going to say, no, I need you to go forward. Can't turn around. And get him back here on the track we want him to go on. And now, the ocean's cooperating by coming to me instead of me going to it, which is fine. Of course, the really scary thing about the ocean is that the water's moving. And so, a horse that's never seen moving water in this way is understandably afraid of it. Good boy. Ask him to go a little bit closer now. Backing up is not what I asked him to do, so if he backs up, I'm going to get after him a little bit. Good boy. Back is not an option. Good boy. Whoa. Now let him just stand. Now it's going to take some time to get Poco here used to the surf. So what I'm going to do is we're going to work a little bit more in this exact same process. I'm going to walk him back and forth, always turning him towards the scary object. I'm going to stop him frequently, let him relax a little bit, let him take a deep breath, and then I'm going to ask for a little bit more every time. Good. That although Poco's still a little bit frightened by the surf, he's starting to get curious about it. And He doesn't really like it coming at him very much. Good boy. But what he's learned is that he doesn't really have an option to go away. If he turns away, I'm going to turn him right back. Yeah. But notice that when the surf goes away, he kind of is curious about it. He wants to get a little bit closer. Every time the wave goes back, he's willing to go a little bit closer. Good boy. Good boy. So I really want to encourage his curiosity. And it's actually an instinctive behavior of horses. There, that's the first time the water's actually touched his feet. Good boy. And, good boy. Good boy. I'm going to really make a big fuss of him when he does get in the water. What a good boy you are. I'm taking a pretty good hold of him so that when he turns away, I've got to turn him back towards what he's trying to get away from. If I let him move away from it, if I let him turn away from it, I'm rewarding his behavior. So every time that surf goes back, those waves coming from the side are really perfect. There's a big one. But notice that. Good boy. Good boy. Don't drink it, though. You'll be disappointed. Every time the wave comes at him, he's a little bit less worried about getting away from it. Good boy. He's letting it come up to him now. Good boy. So we're going to go out with the water now. Good boy. With water, any kind of water, it's usually that first time their toes are getting in the water that's kind of scary. Good boy. So put them right back. And it's okay. We can kind of go with the water for a little bit here. I'm going to turn him towards it now. Good boy. What a good boy you are. Good boy. Now, let's let him stop and rest. And just relax a little bit. Horses are flight animals, and their instinct tells them to run away from anything they don't understand. What a good boy you are. What a good boy. All right, we don't want to go too far in. I don't have my bathing suit on. Now, I haven't let the surf approach him from his right side yet, so that worried him a little bit. I've been letting it approach him from his left side, which he's used to. So, because of the one-sided nature of horses, we got to train both sides. That's a big one, isn't it, Poco? Get back in while the water's still there. So I'm going to work on this side a little bit. Let him get used to those waves coming at his right eye. Good boy. So the whole key to de-spooking a horse is, here's a big one. Boy. The whole key is to eliminate flight as an option and encourage investigative behavior.
Stay tuned to Horsemaster with Julie Goodnight to see Julie work with horse and owner.